yo, what up, friends?
NFL. There was a recent survey that came out in The Athletic. Shout out Dave in The Athletic. It was, who would you rather have, Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson? Now, they gave out the career statistics, which are very similar. Let's just say that. They got the rushing touchdowns. Obviously, Lamar has a little bit more, and also the passing touchdowns. Josh Allen has a little bit more. So you take that into consideration. But Josh Allen was the winner of this survey that was done. It was about 60-40 was the percentage there. Their career arc is pretty similar. They've both made the playoffs. Neither one has won the Super Bowl, but Lamar does have the two MVPs,
and the other one's not. That's a
exactly.
pretty big career difference.
Yeah, go ahead. Shout out.
I mean,
keep going.
They're not the same. I mean, they're totally different quarterbacks. But if you're comparing two players who haven't won Super Bowls, and one has two MVPs and the other one has zero, then I think it's pretty clear which one you want. You want the one with two MVPs.
Yeah.
Who's been called the best player in the league 2 different times. That's the guy you pick. But they can take Josh Allen all they want if you get to pick those two. I'm taking the guy I know can be the MVP.
Pretty much. I mean, these preseason and off-season little who's number one and who's not. Okay, it's cute to do that. It's always cool to be like, oh, look at the stat line. I'm not a big fan of stat line because that's not the game. Okay, you can say someone threw 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, and let's say 400 yards or 300 yards, whatever. You say, oh yeah, he's garbage. But what those interceptions were tips. You know what I'm saying? Or, he didn't throw it directly to the person. And he actually, did well in the game, just had some misfortune with those interceptions. But if you look at stat line, you're like, okay, he had a garbage game. You got to look at the individual person. And when you watch the actual film, I would take Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen, 10 out of 10. It's just not even, to me, it's not even close, But if you look at, side note, if you look at the way these guys are getting paid that haven't done anything is phenomenal. You look at Trevor Lawrence, you look at Herbert, you look at all these guys are getting all this money, and I'm like, if I'm negotiating, I'm saying you're not getting nothing over what Patrick Mahomes is getting, point blank period. It's crazy that a lot of people look at the money and think because they're getting that money, they're that good. That's the issue I have a problem with in the NFL right now.
Yeah, no. Shout out round the wagons for this question. We appreciate you tuning in. I agree with all of you. I'm going to make it the trifecta. It is Lamar Jackson is the better, more versatile, more skilled QB. That being said, I believe the reason that this survey went the way it did, and I agree with you all, it's not all about the stats. But Josh Allen, over the same amount of years, does have 7,000 more yards and 40 more, or 20 or 40. Hold on. 40 more touchdowns. So that is probably why I put
2 MVPs.
I would trade. I would not.
2 MVPs.
I would.
Yes. Who did with Josh Diggs? Who's the last good? I'm trying to think of Ravens receiver.
No one.
Opposed to
Derek
Bills
Mason?
receiver.
Oh, that was for Lamar Jackson.
Look at that stuff too. Yeah. Like, who's he throwing it to?
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
I said Derek Mason.
Who's he throwing it to? People got to take in that all plays a factor when you say this stuff. So it's like, oh, he's doing more with less. So
yeah,
a lot of variables come to the football. Like, football is the ultimate team sport, and one person does get all the credit at times, but sometimes it's not like that. You got to actually watch the games instead of just like, oh, look at the stat line. Oh yeah, I'm going with Josh Allen. No, man, come on, man. You kidding me?
Yeah,
sounds great. I have him on my team, but not over Lamar Jackson.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I agree with you. We'll make it 3 for 3. All right. So, couple quick hitters. Now that the seasons are about to start, let's go ahead, and if you have one, who is your college football champion and who is your Super Bowl matchup? So we'll go around the horn. Mike?
College football, I just don't know. It's still too early. I mean,
okay, you don't have to have them. I was just wondering.
I think it's fair to bet against Georgia at any point in time right now, given what they've done the last couple of years. So you got to pick the team with the best players, and that looks like Georgia every year. So take Georgia.
Okay.
I don't want to sound too cliche, and I do not want to say this team because I can't stand them. And just as
Sound like me earlier.
I do not like, I cannot stand this team, but it's because I'm a Virginia Tech fan and we lose to Vanderbilt, so I got no skin in the game right now. But
That hurt.
yeah, it's rough. But I'm going to. That's my dog's walking around. Go sit down, boy. I will say. I'm not gonna say Miami. I just said it, but I'm not saying Miami because I like Cam Ward. I'm gonna say Georgia to be easy.
All right, and yeah, that was a horrible. Shout out little Shane who was here out this weekend with his boys. That was a bad loss. Vanderbilt is one of the worst teams ever. I was so upset that y'all lost to them. All right, my pick. I did it on the bottom line the other day, so that's why I just didn't know. I thought everybody might have an idea. I'm going to go OSU. They're bringing back the most experience and talent. I'm going to go Big Ten 2 years in a row. Ohio State over Georgia. Now, Super Bowl picks. What are we thinking? Whoever wants to go.
Yeah, I think you're going to be a happy man at the end of the year.
I mean, I'm going with the Niners because I'm being a homer.
Yep.
But two, I just feel like besides the San Fran and the NFC, the Eagles, I think, gives the toughest chance. I mean, Detroit is good. Detroit should have been a Super Bowl last year, but Detroit's problem is Dan Campbell. If he still acts like Dan Campbell, you know, his ego can get him out of winning a game like it's happened before.
Yep.
I think I honestly feel the Packers, you know, they're going to be a good team this year, but I think that with us bringing just about everybody back together, maybe we get over the hump. But I have a thing where I cannot go against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs because I'm Pedro Martinez, you know, when he was like Yankees, my daddy, where the hell he said. That's how I feel.
Yeah, my daddy.
Chiefs. That's how I feel. I mean, I'm keeping it 100. You know, a lot of y'all folks don't like doing that, but keeping it 100. If we play the Chiefs, we're going to lose. But if the Chiefs don't make Super Bowl, I think we'll win. Please, Bengals, please, Joe Burrow, stay healthy.
So you're calling 49ers over Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's your pick?
No, if we play the Chiefs will win. They'll get 3 people.
I'm calling Niners. So we got the same Super Bowl just with different winners.
Yeah, if the Niners go Super Bowl and they play the Chiefs will win. If we play anybody but the Chiefs, we'll win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, I was hoping you would continue to say Niners because I'm making it a trifecta. I've got the Niners this year myself. I think this is the year they finally get over the hump. I have been playing the Ravens. I have a 49ers-Ravens Super Bowl. I think the Ravens are.
You got cheated.
I think the Ravens are going to tough out this schedule. They have one of the tougher schedules, in the league. I was just looking it over the other day, but I think that they're going to get through it with 10, 11 wins, and that'll make them stronger for the playoffs. And I think they overcome their demons and get over the hump, but not enough to get over San Francisco. So all three of us
11 wins. My bad, Omar. 10-11, not 12 like Can.
Well, I had at first one before I even did the picks. I was like, okay, Baltimore could get 12.
Everybody getting 12 wins.
I know, right? Yeah, you get 12. He's like, Oprah, you get 12. You get 12. I was like, okay, wait a second. I tried to explain to him, like, there's math to this. There's only a certain amount of games. There's 544 NFL games a year, 272 in the conference, 136 wins possible. So you have to like keep it in that like realm. $5.